Hi, this is MovieGuy 2005 once again. Welcome back to another video as I continue my marathon of John Carpenter movie reviews. And this time it's not going to be a horror movie, but rather a biopic. And a lot of people may not know this, but yes, he did direct this movie. And the film in question is the 1979 biopic that's a made-for-television film, Elvis. That's right. Before Baz Luhrmann, there was John Carpenter that directed an Elvis movie. So let's stop yammering and talk about the film itself. So basically the film begins in 1969 where he makes his triumphant return to Las Vegas after being secluded for a while. And it follows Elvis through a series of flashbacks like his childhood, his humble beginnings, him getting recognized and discovered, and his rise to stardom and fame through Colonel Tom Parker's management. It also talks about his movie and acting career, his time in the U.S. military, and his relationship with his parents, particularly his mother before and after her death. And he eventually meets a woman and marries a woman named Priscilla, who becomes his wife, hence the name Priscilla Presley. So yeah, that's basically what the film is about. This is actually a really good biopic. I was curious about this movie because, wanting to know more about John Carpenter and his filmography and everything. I had no idea John Carpenter directed an Elvis movie. I've heard of the one that came out recently in 2022, but never did I know there was John Carpenter directed an Elvis movie too. And, just Kurt Russell, I think, really nails his performance as Elvis Presley. He's even got the look and the essence of him. He really just put his energy into playing Elvis Presley. He even won an Emmy nomination. Or he even got an Emmy nomination, I should say, for playing Elvis. You also have Shelley Winters, who plays Gladys, Elvis's mother. And you also have Bing Russell, Kurt Russell's real-life father, playing Vernon Presley, which I thought that was a really interesting and very genius move to have Bing and Kurt Russell as a father and son in this movie. You also have Joe Mantegna, or I don't know how you pronounce his name, but I hope I pronounced it right, who plays the Memphis Mafia member Joe Esposito. And you also have Pat Hingle in the film, who plays Colonel Tom Parker. Pat Hingle you may recognize from movies like Maximum Overdrive and many others. And you also have Ed Begley Jr. in the film, who plays drummer DJ Fontana. Just a great cast. And of course, Charles Cyphers is in this, which he's in quite a bit of his movies, actually. He was in, of course, Assault on Precinct 13, the original Halloween, Someone's Watching Me, of course, this movie, The Fog, and Escape from New York. He's been in quite a bit of his films, Charles Cyphers. He plays Sam Phillips in the film. Great music score by Joe Renzetti. This was actually executive produced by legendary TV and film producer Dick Clark through his company, Dick Clark Productions, and he's even credited as executive producer too. So, yeah, sure, it may not completely go through his life, but it goes through I think most of the stuff in his life. I mean, I think a lot of biopics tend to do that. I mean, leave some stuff out. So, I mean, I don't think biopics are necessarily known for being like 100% completely accurate. But man, I definitely think this was very faithful to Elvis Presley, especially them casting Kurt Russell. And this was actually the very first John Carpenter film that Kurt Russell was in. And of course, Kurt Russell would work with John Carpenter again on Escape from New York, The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, and Escape from LA, the sequel to Escape from New York. You know, a little side note, whenever I think of Elvis Presley now, I always think of that scene in Lilo and Stitch. I'm talking about the animated one, that is, where Lilo pulls out a record and tells Stitch, "You look like an Elvis fan." I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. But yeah, definitely a really good biopic from back in the day. I would definitely check this out if you're curious. I mean, I'd recommend it if you're curious, I should say. Especially if you're a fan of like Elvis Presley and stuff like that. So, yeah. This is a really good biopic. Surprisingly, really good. I recommend it. So that concludes my review for Elvis. As always, thank you guys for watching. Take care. We'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.